Hello guys, how are you doing? Yeah, today I'm starting with the next lesson for Java. I hope you have gone through the previous tutorial on Java where I have shown the environment variable setup and also writing the first program and compiling and executing on command line. Okay, so today I'll be start working on the development in Java. Okay, writing codes, and so starting on that I will start with the data type. Okay, so data type in Java. So to start with the data type, I will start with the primitive data type. Okay, so what is exactly the primitive data type? Primitive data type is inbuilt data type. So data type which has been defined inside Java compilers. Okay, and those data types are called primitive data types. Not only Java, any language you go, everywhere there is primitive data type. So you can see in the screen I have mentioned some primitive data type like int, float, char, boolean and string. So first primitive data type is int. Okay, so then int is the integer data type, which is a floating data whole number data type. Okay, so no point or decimals values are allowed in int. It is all whole number from negative and positive. And next one is float. Float is the decimal data type, and there is also another. I will go to further in the primitive data type. Okay, so it has both the precision and decimal part. Char is the character data type where it only holds a single character. Okay, so and boolean is the only holds true or false. Okay, so it is a binary value, it stores either true or false. So 1 is defined as true and 0 is defined as false. And another one is string data type, which actually holds a set of characters. Okay, and now going to the int data type. Okay, we have four kind of integer data type, not int exactly. So int is one of them. So one is byte, which is actually 1 byte. It stores from either it stores the ASCII value from numbers from minus to 128 to 127. Okay, so currently showing all the binary conversion of these values is out of the scope of this tutorial. Maybe I can come in some other tutorial where I'll show how this binary form are stored. Okay, like in case of short negative value and positive value. Okay, byte stores byte is just like character char data type. Okay, so size sorry, char is 2 bytes. I'm sorry, byte is 1. So it stores minus 28 to 128 to 127 minus why it is 127, because 1 byte can store up to 255 value 255, because we are storing negative numbers. For negative numbers it allocates one block. Okay, so when one block is occupied by the sign and is minus, or if it is minus, then there only a 7 are left and you can only store 127. So explaining that is out of scope of this tutorial. Okay, so the next one is short. Short is 2 bytes. It is same as char, only that short stores all integer numeric value and char stores only character value. Okay, depending on the ASCII values. Okay, int is 4 bytes. Okay, so you can see the range, how much value you can store here. Okay, so it's all whole numbers. You can store whole numbers up to this particular size, particular range from minus to plus. Then it's long, and it's long also. You can see the range of long value. Okay, so it stores 8 bytes. And then float is the decimal value. You can put both precision and precision value and decimal value here. Double is just it's big, doubles the size. Okay, so it also stores a float value, decimal and precision, but it's a double one. Boolean, as I said, it's true or false. Okay, so all conditional thing you can do with the Boolean. Last is char character. Okay, so char like A B C D whatever. Okay, so and there are, it is 2 bytes because there are some special characters which has a greater numeric conversion. Okay, so numeric value is greater than 255, so for that we need 2 bytes. I will not go to examples regarding this. Examples we can see when I write a program on this. Okay, so next we move on to the constructor. Okay, so for constructor there are actually I'll show you two type of constructor. One is no argument constructor or default constructor, and the second one is the parametric constructor. Okay, so and like in C or C++, like in C++, constructor can be overloaded. Here you can build multiple constructor. Okay, only the differentiating, I mean parameters and parameters are different. Okay, you can like create one no argument constructor and parametric constructor with one argument, two argument, three argument respectively, and in many of them. So as you know, in class object there are two kind of things. One is constructor and one is destructor. So constructor is something a type of method which is by default or automatically called when the object is instantiated. Okay, when we instantiate an object, the constructor is called. And destructor is when the object is destroyed or the program terminates. Okay, or you just destroy the object, like setting it to null or something, then the destructor is called. And you can do any kind of initialization task in this constructor. So I'll show you one by one. Okay, let us just move and write a program. In the program I'll show you like using int, float and double, and also how to initialize them within constructor, and then using printing them like this. Okay, let's start Eclipse. So let us see. Just a moment. Okay, let's first see how to create a new project. Okay, so in Eclipse, go to File, New, and from there you have to select Project. From Project, Java Project. Next, put a project name, say my first project. Okay, I'm using Java secondary edition, Java edition 11. Okay, and create separate folders. These are all will be the same. I'm not creating any working set right now. Working set I will explain later. Okay, when we will working on multiple module or multiple projects, small projects, then you need a work set, and so it is very become convenient to access. So we'll not discuss that right now. Okay, so default location, you can also uncheck this and click a different location. Go to next. Okay, so your source code folder is src. Okay, create module info.java. You can create this. Okay, this is also optional. Okay, also you can uncheck this, not an issue. I'll not use right now. No, I've created this, and here I will actually create two files. Okay, one file is first proj, and that's one. Another file is obj proj. First proj is the executable main, and obj proj is I will not create it. Actually, I already have existing. I showed you that how to create. Okay, let me just show you how to create a new class file. Okay, so from new you go to class. Remember that you are right clicking on the src folder. Okay, new, you go to class, CIC, give my first project. Okay, it's a public. Okay, you have to be mentioned in public. Put a package name. Package name can be a simple name, or we actually give com.example. I'm giving com.example. So what happens exactly when you give com.example? If you browse to the folder, okay, you will see. Let us see the first project. User, sorry, users, okay, what is exactly? So user should Eclipse workspace first project is, if you go to the bin, you can see I've provided com.example, so it becomes com subfolder. Com is a folder, subfolder, then in under it there is a folder called example, in which we have these two class file, two Java file. Okay, so if you give com.example first, so we will get another folder inside example as first. Okay, so there for every dot a subfolder will be created. Okay, so this is just what happens in the web. Okay, you have com slash example slash something like that. So I've given com.example. I'll click finish and I'll select public static void main. Okay. Another, I'll create another. You can also click on this and right click and new class. So if you click on com.example, right click and create a new class, you already, by default you get the package name at com.example. But if you have clicked on src, you will not get the package name. Okay, okay, you still get it. I'm sorry. Okay, so because we have already created a package, so it is assuming that you will use that, and you can create another package also, not a problem. I'll show you, and in another tutorial I'll show you how to create in different package and then import that library from that package and use it. Okay, so my obj proj. Okay, this is not a executable function class, so I will not select this public static void main. I'll just click on finish. Now I'll do one thing. I'll straight away import, copy those. I already have the code from the first proj, no, first obj proj. From obj proj, I will not copy the class name. I will copy rest of the thing. Okay, but still I have to change the constructor name. That I'll explain you later. Let me just set some few things up, then we will start with this program. So I've copied the code. Okay, I'm only changed the class name. Here it is first proj and obj proj. Here it is my first proj, my obj proj. Now I'll take from the first proj. I've not taken it from copied the whole because I have to change lot of things. So from my first proj, just remove this and paste, and you also have to change this one. Okay, just copy paste and change the name. The same here. Now let us start. In my first project, if you see, my obj project, this is the library I've created. This is a non-executable class, so it only creates an instance. Now what I will show you that creating constructor and overloading, constructor overloading. So what is exactly constructor? I already told you this before, I think, I don't know. I don't remember. So that every class has a default no argument constructor. See, this is the no argument constructor. A constructor is a type of initiating function. Okay, so it initiate a particular class, instantiate a class. Okay, and it don't have any argument. So you can say if I don't declare any constructor, then Java builds something like this. Okay, so nothing is there. If you write this one, it is same as declaring nothing. Okay, and also a constructor is something, a constructor is something which is a kind of, you can say, procedure which don't have any return type. Okay, so it don't have any return type. It has a return type. I'm very sorry, it's have a return type which is the object. Okay, so it returns its own instance, but we don't have to mention that. When you build a constructor, declare a construction, when the constructor is called, Java itself return the instance of that object. Okay, so see, here I have declared all the variables. Okay, I have different type of data type, primitive data type variable, int, short, long, byte, float, double, boolean, and char. And also in this no argument constructor, without any parameter, no non-parametric constructor, I instantiate all the variable with a particular value, certain random value. Okay, and talking about the constructor overloading, see, I have also declared another constructor with certain parameters. Okay, so I have passed all this value. Here I have instantiated with a constant value, fixed value. Now you pass all those variables here, and then again assign to that private, all the private members, you assign that passed argument. So in my first project, I'll show you that how to invoke this instantiate, declare a class object. Okay, instantiate a class object and pass the value. Okay, so after assigning this, what is happening? And another thing is, see, how to suppose, see, here we have passed all this argument with a particular name, and we have the same name of the variable here. Okay, you see, my int, my short, my long. So to differentiate that, we will use this dot. So this means this class, instance of this class. So this dot my int means not this argument, but this one that is declared in the private section. And another thing is, private keyword is a default one in a class. You can mention here private, but it is not required because it is by default. Okay. Specifically, I think I'm confusing with C++. It is we cannot declare here the private one. Okay. I think private means it is by default private, and public is here. I'm sorry, actually I confused this with C++. What I have declared, this is actually happens in C++. Here by default it is private if you don't mention. If you mention something like this, then it becomes public. So you can declare public, private anywhere in any section, not like C++. If you have studied C++, private has to be mentioned at the top. After that you have to declare this public colon and then mention all the public property, whatever methods and constructor you have. So here you have to start with private or public or protected. So this we have overloaded the constructor. Let us build another constructor. See, if I now copy paste this and create another constructor, what will happen? See, it will give an error. So what is the error? That duplicate method myObjProj is declared. Okay, duplicate method. So how I will make it a unique one? Just remove any one argument. See, now it is fine. So another constructor is overloaded, which is different from two other constructor. One constructor don't have any argument. Another constructor has number of argument, which is different from this one. So I don't need this. I only need what I have done here. Now let us go to the myfirstproj.java. Here we have class name equal to file name that I have already explained in my previous tutorial. Package name is mentioned com.example. Okay. Now here we have declared instantiated two class object. Okay. One is myproj obj, which is no argument constructor. I'm sending nothing. So if you are declaring this one, so it is, see, if you go open declaration, you have this. Okay, we have declared this, but suppose we just comment this out. Now what will happen? Okay, that's interesting. Just a moment. Let me comment this out and see what will happen. Yeah. See, it is giving an error because I already have a parametric constructor. Okay, so already I had a constructor, so that time he is thinking that you have a constructor, you have declared a constructor which is not matching the constructor here. But if I comment this out, that means I don't have any constructor. That time it is taking the default constructor, but this is now giving error, parametric constructor. Okay, so I will not do, I will uncomment everything. First one is I have instantiated no argument constructor, then I passed all the values, see. But remember, while passing, in case of short and byte, short int and byte, you have to mention a typecasting. If you don't mention, it assumes is as an int. Because it is not possible directly to cast something with our greater size of integer to a lesser size. Short is a lesser size, byte is a lesser size, but long is not. So you see, in long, in case of int it is a int. In case of long also it converted to long, but in case of short and byte you have to put a typecasting. So typecasting, I will, if you don't know, if you have not done any other language like C++ or C, I will explain later on what is typecasting. Okay, so it actually converted to a short variable and pass it to the argument. Say here we have, so all this value which has been passed here, is been assigned here. Okay, so let us now run the first project, this one, and here and the next one is that I have all the print function. So in the print function, okay, there is a copy paste issue. Just a moment. Character, this one will be boolean. This will be double. This one will be float. This one will be long. This one will be short. Let us write it short int for convenience. And this will be integer. Okay, no, this will be byte. Okay, now let us do another thing. So one thing is left out, that what I told right now, that there is another thing, that copy this one, again repeat it here. Okay, main, this one is done, and repeat again the same thing. Okay, so now let us change this value a little bit so that you can understand that which is from where. Otherwise, if the two will be same, then it is difficult to understand which is coming from where. And after this, I'll show you, tell you a very interesting thing at last. True. Okay, let us run this. So for running, just go to this program or go to go here, my first project, click run as Java application. Go to the console tab and see here, integer value, short int value, byte value, blah blah blah, boolean value, character value, again integer value, okay, double value. Now at last I will tell you another interesting thing. See, when I assign the value to the char, I assigned it here a, okay, here, and here just a moment, in this my obj initiating, I have assigned it here 65. Okay, my char is instantiated at 65. Here also I will assign 60, suppose 66. The same thing, you have to convert it to char. Now see what will happen. See, it has converted the ASCII to character. So one thing to see, if you are assigning it here, directly assigning it to the variable, you don't need to cast it. I have not casted any of them. But if you are passing it to the argument or to a functional parameter, you have to put a casting here. So 66 is the ASCII value of B. Okay, 65 is the ASCII value of A. So if you see, for the first non-parametric call, the character value is A, and for the second one, character value is still A. How it is A? It's not supposed to be A. It's my bad somewhere, I think. Okay, let us clear this out. And again run it. First one should be B, and the second one should be A. Both of them are A. Wow, that's quite interesting. I think I have to build it completely. Maybe taking some older value. Not supposed to come. 65 supposed to be B. Character value is A. That is quite interesting. Quite interesting. My char. So possibly what I think it is due to some cache value. Okay, so maybe it's not cleared somewhere, because when I'm passing 66, it should not be A, it should be B. So it is taking the older value. So what will happen if I suppose comment this out, the first one? Shall we still get B? Not this one, I think. Which one? This one. Comment this out. Again, what happened to this? Oh crap! Sorry. I'm extremely sorry, man. this will be obj1, that is why it is giving the all the old value. So that is I doubt why always A is coming, so B should come. Now you don't have to remove the previous one. Just go to Java applications, run it, say B. Now it is B. So because I have, for the second case I have declared obj1, so I am still it's a issue with the copy paste. I have still called obj.print int obj.print short, that is why it is giving the older value of that no argument constructor instantiation. Okay, so this is the constructor overloading. And so what we learned today, we learned about the primitive data type. Okay, so what are the different kind of primitive data type? Okay, so what value we can assign and all this. After that we have done constructor overloading, how to instantiate an object with a new parameter, okay, new clause, and how you can create an argument constructor and parametric constructor. So this is all about this tutorial. In the next tutorial we will I will come up with creating class in different packages and then importing that package and using that package in another executable main program or any executable Java class, Java file. So thank you very much. Please subscribe to my channel, please like my video and share it, and please follow my email address in the description section. Please comment, please send me mail if you have any doubt or any query, and also you can contact me in my WhatsApp. Okay, I generally will not provide my WhatsApp number unless you request through email. Okay, so after that, if you have any discussion, you can text me. I will just respond to you with any doubt you have. Thank you very much and have a good day.